Yeah, drip, little bit, let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to toe, designer. Drip, little bit, let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit.
Explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did you let it go miss? Ay, how she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light year just to catch my buzz. Need right here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. On the return, Andy Isabella. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Andy Isabella on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
26, Saquon Barkley.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And some room to roam now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
On the carry. The tackle made by Brandon Graham. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On second down now, Barkley. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
He's brought down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That was actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's Richie James on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw, Haskins. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
At the 22-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Saquon Barkley. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
The tackle made.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
I'm scared. Mark 54. Mark 55.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. 2nd and 11 now. Herbert off of play action. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd down, Barkley shifts by him at the 25. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Haskins. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Third down, here's Haskins. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Mark Ingram fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Mark Ingram, the ball
tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Haskins, flush to his right. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he's out right at the 25.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Barkley. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by Waller out left side. Not much there, only a yard. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
44 on the carry.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. Here we go on 4th. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run with Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 26. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right? You're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Brooks, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Second down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Haskins. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Haskins on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Baltimore.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Haskins back to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
24-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Kill.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, Herbert. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Set to kick off.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Haskins. Catch made, it's Moreau. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Haskins to throw it. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Baltimore.
Formation.
51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the run, it's Barkley. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
16 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Play action. It's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Switch up, switch up. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? Shift, shift. Shift.
This is Barkley. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
On the carry.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Herbert now. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Out of bounds.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I got him. He's checking. 60 Bison.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
G. James on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
You know, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
7-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And now he'll fire deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Richie James hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
For the point after.
Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Saquon Barkley,
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Calais Campbell.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Their own 48-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He hits Beasley right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Complete to Cole.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Second down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Haskins will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And no, it's incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Williams. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. It's Barkley on the counter. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
They run the counter. Barkley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Saquon Barkley standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he has now gotten into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
3rd down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Broncos 42, Ravens 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Haskins. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Haskins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A gain of a yard.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
At the 44-yard line.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
They don't know my name, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.